Hi guys, and welcome to the channel. Interesting news here, which I believe is bigger than it sounds, or certainly could be at least. Now, as you know, recently there was rumors about Tesla partnering with Toyota to build an affordable mass market electric car. The news was that Tesla would provide potentially the skateboard and the software, and Toyota would do the rest. Now, in light of that, we now hear that Apex AI are partnering with Toyota for autonomous driving. Now, before we delve into the article here, I want to have a look at what exactly Apex AI are, which may show us there is more to this story than first meets the eye. Now, Apex AI are obviously an artificial intelligence company. They are based in Palo Alto, California. And it says here on their website, they provide safe and certified software for autonomous mobility. We enable automotive developers to implement complex AI software. We enable AI developers to implement safety critical applications. So they work in AI. Now, if you scroll down the page, they don't have a Wikipedia page. So this is all we really have, their website. But if you scroll down the page on their homepage, it shows you their products. Now, the first product they show here is called the Apex OS. This is a vehicle operating system. So Apex AI build a vehicle operating system. Now, obviously Toyota, like all other manufacturers, would be potentially struggling with having an operating system for their car because most major automakers don't actually build the operating system. They use other companies to do that for them. In fact, many car brands use multiple different operating systems in their cars, which makes their cars difficult, complex, and unable to have features such as over-the-air updates, which Tesla has, and which obviously no other car manufacturer really does. Now, second product they have here is Apex Autonomy. This provides the building block for autonomy. It's safe and certifiable, apparently. Now, obviously, it's not safe and certifiable. Obviously, Apex AI isn't the first company to crack the autonomous driving nut. Hasn't been done yet. Well, not really. Certainly not in a way where it can go outside of geofencing, which is what Waymo is stuck with, or in a way where obviously Tesla is still battling with some edge cases. Hasn't been done. However, Apex AI appear to be claiming that they've done it. The next thing they offer here is Apex Middleware, a high-performance data transport. And the final offering they have is Marv Automotive, a powerful, configurable, and extensible data management platform. I'm not exactly sure what that is. However, let's have a look at the Apex operating system. Apex OS abstracts complexity of underlying hardware, middleware, kernel, interfaces, and drivers into simple-to-use, robust, reliable, safe, and secure APIs. Now, obviously, this sort of system would be hugely beneficial for a company like Toyota, who doesn't yet have an electric car and obviously doesn't yet have a vehicle which has the ability to have over-the-air updates or really has full control over its functions through the software side of things. So maybe this partnership that Toyota is looking into with Apex AI is not just about autonomy, because obviously we're a long way away from that, or at least Apex AI, I'm sure, are a fair way away from being able to provide this in reality. Maybe it's also about providing the operating system for Toyota's cars. Now, the article here on Tes Electric from Scooterdol reports that software systems developer Apex AI has announced a partnership with Woven Planet under Toyota to help develop and deploy a production-ready autonomy stack. Woven Planet will use Apex OS for ARINE, Toyota's vehicle development platform, to enable modern software development tools and best practices in the automotive industry. Now, it appears as though Toyota are here acknowledging the fact that Apex AI will provide Toyota's operating system. Now, for which cars, I don't know. We're yet to find out, but I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. Apex AI is based in Palo Alto and Germany and develops certified developer-friendly software for mobility systems. Its target customers for its software development kit, SDK, are OEMs looking to implement complex AI software throughout a vehicle and autonomous driving developers wanting to implement safety-critical applications with reliability. The newly announced partnership with Woven Planet at Toyota will allow Apex AI to assist with the latter. Woven Planet Group was formed to expand and improve operations of Toyota Research Institute, Advanced Development, TRIAD. It is currently responsible for ARENE, Toyota's vehicle development platform, to enable modern software development tools for future vehicle models. James Kuffner, CEO of the Woven Planet Group, Board of Directors at Toyota, explained, ARENE is our vision for the most programmable vehicle on the planet. Apex operating system embodies our vision of open APIs for developers to weave mobility and autonomy into our daily lives. It enables agile development and deployment for engineers, shortening the time from concept to deployment and making rapid innovations in autonomous driving possible at the scale of Toyota. Now, guys, I'm hearing a lot of marketing jargon here, a lot of different divisions of Toyota made to sound fancy and amazing. However, I'm not seeing a lot of results. Let's be honest, Toyota is way behind when it comes to electric mobility. Now, obviously, when they brought out the Prius and the hybrid, they were doing, well, they were ahead, weren't they? And they had a head start on providing a better electric vehicle. And then they got all confused and messed up in the head, and who knows what the hell they were doing when they started getting on the tangent of hydrogen cars, which they're still on, believe it or not. They're still on. They're still trying to sell hydrogen cars. They're still trying to sell us a hydrogen future, which is utterly nonsensical. As you know, sure, it doesn't make financial sense. It doesn't make logical sense. And it's not going to happen. It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter if you think it's going to happen in 10 years. It's not going to happen. Sorry, guys. It's just not. So, Toyota claiming they're going to have a vehicle which will have the world's best software, the world's best ability to update itself over the air, is complete nonsense. They don't even have an electric car yet. They don't have a car yet that is controllable via software. And this system here may or may not, who knows if it's fantasy or reality, we have no idea. It could be awesome, but when will they bring it out in their cars? Who the hell knows? We don't have any idea. Toyota needs to hurry up and get things done. Stop talking jargon and actually move away from investing money and time and resources into hydrogen. It's a joke. It's time for them to forget that, focus on electric mobility. Apex AI X Toyota. Per the press release, Woven Planet is using Apex AI's proprietary Apex OS operating system software development kit, SDK, for automotive safety critical applications. This includes autonomous driving software. Even with advancements in advanced driver assistance systems, ADAS software, and over-the-air updates, many of today's vehicles are still hardware defined. Well, so much jargon here. I'm not a fan. It's ridiculous. And I don't know if you guys know, but in Elon Musk's biography, there was a point in time in which Elon cracked the shits. Now, maybe he wasn't angry, but my perception of the story is this. Elon was in a meeting one day and everyone was talking using so much jargon, so much of this here from Toyota, SDK, ADAS, blah, 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 on and on. Everyone was using this jargon at Tesla, and this was many years ago, I think maybe 2014, 15, around then. And therefore, everyone was having a very difficult time of understanding each other. So Elon said, no more uses of acronyms or shortening things. If they have to be shortened, then they become too complex to understand and communicate to each other easily. So he made a rule then and there. There was no more doing this. Now, I agree with that. I think that was a good idea. Getting back to the article. Especially by sourcing multiple parts from other OEMs or contract manufacturers, automakers are left with dozens of components that are not integrated with one another. As the automotive industry shifts toward autonomous connected EVs, electric vehicles, it requires vehicles built around software with a much higher level of integration. Apex AI looks to bridge that gap with Apex OS. So obviously, you can see in the image that they're saying that by using their operating system, their autonomous system will work better. By using their operating system, by locking in Toyota to Apex AI's operating system, their autonomous system will work better. Clearly, here we can see it's most likely Toyota is choosing to use Apex AI's software system for their new, as of yet non-existent, electric vehicles. Apex AI's OS. Apex AI's flagship product is Apex OS, a meta operating system that enables easier software development for OEMs like Toyota. This proprietary operating system is built from open source software based around the robot operating system, ROS. Here we go again, more of them. The company's co-founder and CEO, Jan Becker, has been working on autonomous driving since the late 90s and is an original author on the SAE levels of autonomy. In an interview with Electric, Jan explained the Apex operating system, Apex OS, and its potential for the future of EVs. I founded Apex AI in 2017 to really do what we've tried to do many, many times before, which is build production systems with ROS, and then what we ended up doing was rewriting it completely with the same architecture. So it's really automotive grade reliable. Our announcement with Toyota is a result of these almost 4 years of work where we can say we are now automotive grade and now we are safely certified. TÜV NORD certifications. Jan is referring to the recent announcement that Apex OS is TÜV NORD certified for functional safety measures to the highest degree. As a result, Apex AI's software is production-ready, vehicle-ready, Becker elaborates. It was a long-standing belief that open-source code was not certifiable. However, our team achieved certification in record time so that it conforms to the highest requirements of the applicable automotive functional safety standard. If a software crash happens on your laptop, it's inconvenient. But if software crashes in any safety critical function of a vehicle, it can be catastrophic. This is why we set out to rewrite reliable software that protects against system crashes or operation failures. This certification proves we accomplished our goal as our software targets failure rates so low that they cannot be expressed statistically. I find that hard to believe, but who knows? As a first of its kind certification for open source based software, Apex operating system can immediately be integrated into Toyota prototypes at Woven Planet to help accelerate its autonomous software development. This Apex AI software stack should allow Toyota and many other OEMs to develop production-level prototypes at lightning speed. The future for Apex AI beyond Toyota. Looking ahead, Apex AI has already partnered with other companies besides Toyota. Tier IV in Japan, or Tier 4 in Japan, is utilizing Apex OS for its safety-critical autonomous systems as it develops vehicles like driverless robo-taxis. CEO Jan Becker was also quite candid with us about the possibilities for Apex operating system in other electric vehicles. To be honest, Toyota is just the beginning. We are basically talking to every player in the auto industry right now because they now have all discovered that they need that vertical software access. And oh, by the way, it needs to be certified so we can put it into cars. Where do we get that now? So they come across to us. Now, guys, I think the point here needs to be made clear. This is not really vertical integration. And obviously here, the CEO Jan Becker has alluded to this being vertical integration by saying that vertical software access. It's kind of a play on words on what Tesla does with vertical integration. Now, I think it's important to remember that Tesla's and the market's perception of what vertical integration is different to what Jan Becker's interpretation of it is, because vertical integration is when you own the product. Now, this is just like the way that Toyota is getting Magna right now to build a Supra, right? Toyota says it's a Toyota, however, they don't even make it. The same to the way that many manufacturers use Bosch for many of their auto parts. Many manufacturers use other companies. So this isn't vertical integration. Sure, maybe it will enable Toyota to use less different OEM suppliers than what they have in the past. However, it's not true vertical integration. The article says, we pressed Jan for more details of who some of the other OEMs may be, but he remained tight-lipped. He did promise more announcements soon. However, per the press release from Apex AI, other strategic investors include Volvo Group and Jaguar Land Rover's venture capital arm, InMotion Ventures. Electric's take. If Apex AI's software development kit can prove successful with OEMs, it could truly have its own chunk of the EV market cornered. Most automakers are currently sourcing their parts from various contract manufacturers. As a result, they are at the mercy of these suppliers on whether or not they have access to a given component software. This is a prerequisite to any sort of software update, even before dreaming about full over-the-air updates, which most automakers haven't really mastered yet. That's an understatement. Well, apart from updating navigation and infotainment systems, OEMs like Toyota do not own the architecture of the software existing within its vehicles and are still playing catch up to competitors like Tesla that have been doing it for over half a decade. For over half a decade. So Toyota is way behind in this area. Safety critical applications with autonomy aside, Apex OS has the ability to give all the other automakers the ability to integrate a unified tool suite for developing vehicle software that can be implemented across all models. In a sense, it's technology that can help other automakers catch up with Tesla, at least in terms of speedy development and bug fixes by using robust software updates. Now, let's be clear, guys. Sorry, this is not going to help them catch up with Tesla. It's just not happening. Tesla have a 5-year lead in this software market. All of their components vertically integrated. No other manufacturer has that. Obviously, Volkswagen has attempted to do something similar with the ID4 and the ID3. However, they still don't have full vertical integration. In fact, far from it. So why Fred thinks by having this software, which is not even yet rolled out in anything worldwide, nothing, not a single car or a single product that we know of, why he thinks that will enable other manufacturers to somehow magically catch up to Tesla overnight or in a month or a year, who knows? Obviously, Tesla have a lead. I don't see why that lead is assailable. If you can explain to me why that is the case, I'd be happy to hear it. But I think that lead will continue. It will continue at a 5-year pace. There's not many comments on this article, but the most popular one comes from Algaz, and he says, this car is going to be a legend, an Apex legend even. I just hope it does not become a Pathfinder halfway through a turn. Okay, guys. As you can see, I'm very skeptical on Toyota. In fact, I'm extremely skeptical on Toyota's future in the industry. Now, I know that they're currently the biggest automaker. I know that. Tesla with Lexus are the world's largest automaker, and they're very good at what they do. However, they make ICE vehicles. They don't make electric ones. They make hydrogen vehicles. They don't make electric ones. I wouldn't be betting on Toyota to succeed. That's better. Thanks for listening. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.